has a well-deserved, with internationally proscribed terrorists enjoying impunity there. In addition, Pakistan has been known to willfully mislead the world and international forums, such as the Financial Action Task Force, on this issue. The Sajid Mir case, in which this terrorist was declared dead and then, in response to international pressure, brought back to life, found alive and arrested, is the most glaring example. The latest attack in Pahalgam has understandably generated deep anger in Jammu and Kashmir and in other parts of India. Following the attacks, the government of India naturally responded with a set of initial measures relating to our engagement with Pakistan. You're all aware of the decisions that were announced on the 23rd of April. However, it was deemed essential that the perpetrators and planners of the 22nd April attack be brought to justice. Despite a fortnight having passed since the attacks, there has been no demonstrable step from Pakistan to take action against the terrorist infrastructure on its territory or on territory under its control. Instead, all it has indulged in are denials and allegations. Our intelligence monitoring of Pakistan-based terrorist modules indicated that further attacks against India were impending. There was thus a compulsion both to deter and to preempt. Earlier this morning, as you would be aware, India exercised its right to respond and preempt as well as deter more such cross-border attacks. These actions were measured, non-escalatory, proportionate, and responsible. The features of this attack also tie in with Pakistan's long track record of perpetrating cross-border terrorism in India, which is well documented and beyond question. Pakistan also has a well-deserved reputation as a haven for terrorists from around the world, with internationally proscribed terrorists enjoying impunity there. In addition, Pakistan has been known to willfully mislead the world and international forums, such as the Financial Action Task Force, on this issue. The Sajid Mir case, in which this terrorist was declared dead and then, in response to international pressure, brought back to life, found alive and arrested, is the most glaring example. The latest attack in Pahalgam has understandably generated deep anger in Jammu and Kashmir and in other parts of India. Following the attacks, the government of India naturally responded with a set of initial measures relating to our engagement with Pakistan. You're all aware of the decisions that were announced on the 23rd of April.
Goofy alert, a dumb prank ended up with the passing of this 18-year-old named Michael. Don't scroll after the end of this video, tell me who was wrong. So Mr. Chase has been charged with the passing of 18-year-old Michael after they were playing a prank on him. It was 3 a.m. in the morning when Michael's friends claimed that they were just kicking in doors to be funny and run away, almost like Ding Dong Ditch. Well, Michael claims he did not know that. He stated that he heard people breaking into his home and got his firearms. He caught them on the property and started, letting it loose. His friends claim a different story. They said that after they proceeded to kick his door repeatedly, they decided to start running and trying to find places to hide. But then they were met with gunfire, stating that they were just doing a harmless TikTok prank and they don't understand why he would do this. Now you have family members stating that you're supposed to investigate the situation first before you react. It doesn't matter if it sounded like people were kicking in your door or you thought someone broke into your home. While other people are saying no, they tried to kick in his door. He thought it was an intruder. He proceeded to move the way he thought he should have, and then it sadly ended with one of them not being here anymore. Regardless, Chase has been given no bond. What do you guys think about this story?
Just one night after this controlled burn, dozens of families are back home in their Pacoima neighborhood. Everyone now much safer after the house filled with volatile chemicals used to make fireworks exploded earlier this week.
Eyewitness News reporter Tim Pulliam caught up with some of those evacuees as they returned home tonight, and he joins us now live. Tim?
Jory, Michelle, and this is what neighbors are seeing back in their neighborhood. Workers have put up this fence, boarding the damaged property. The threat of explosives now gone. This neighborhood in Pacoima, back open following days of chaos. Firefighters intentionally setting this home on fire to destroy chemicals investigators say were stored in the home that may have been used to make fireworks. This controlled burn forcing 60 homes to evacuate nearby as the fire burned through the night. With the
Our pink smoke is a signal that women should be included in every aspect of the life of the church, especially as ordained priests and deacons. A woman's place is in the conclave. So our smoke is also, it's a sign of hope that the church will work quickly to make that a reality, but also it's a distress signal to say that the church is in crisis. The discrimination and exclusion of women is a sin, and we're here to say that the next pope needs to...
It's not a sin. Women don't need to be in there. All right, it's just cause confusion.
Will inherit this question.
I need cops and I need FWC. A bear has got. He's already killed the dog and now we can't find.
Okay, stay with me, okay?
Yes, sir. The bear's still. One of the bears is still here. We're on State Road 29 in Jerome. I'm putting my clothes on and I'm taking my gun and I'm going to go look for this bear. We don't know how long he's been gone. We just went because the bear just got dog. The dog's dead. We went in to check on him in the camper. He's gone. The camper's tore all apart.
They said there was a bear attack there in their area. The bear attacked the dog, killed the dog.
Okay.
They said the camper's torn apart.
My thing is, why is this dumbass motherfucker going to try to go hunt a bear by himself with his gun? Man, all white people is like stupid as fuck, man.
And he can't.
Oh gosh.
I do have a call in with our deputies, and I wanted to transfer him over to you. And again.
Okay.
Video obtained by CNN shows pro-Palestinian protesters at Columbia University on Wednesday, including scenes of some protesters being shoved and blocked from leaving the main library on campus. In a press release, the university called the protests a disruption, adding that no protesters involved chose to immediately identify themselves. Protesters, who are asking for the university to divest from companies that have ties to Israel, called for the library to be renamed the Basel Al-Araj Popular University, according to a Substack post from an activist group on campus. On X, New York City Mayor Adams says the NYPD was entering the campus to, quote, remove individuals who are trespassing. New York Governor Kathy Hochul said she was briefed on the situation and added, quote, everyone has the right to peacefully protest, but violence, vandalism, or destruction of property are completely unacceptable. Video obtained by CNN.
So the police officers that unalive Tyree Nichols have just been found not guilty. My boss just called me in to tell me I can go home early because he don't know how the city is going to react to this. He finna leave too. Bro, we in Memphis, and y'all saying nobody was guilty? It was no crime committed? And we in Memphis? Man, y'all know it's about to be a problem. To the point, my boss told me to go home. Go home, get off the streets right now. Yeah, it's about to be a problem. Yeah.
Hussein, stop crying. I am telling you that your media has said you do not have energy reserves to fight a war. Do you understand English? Do you understand English, Hussein?
Gentlemen, let me allow to ask you something. What happened today?
These guys are so thick.
From some reliable sources that Lieutenant General M.B. Kumar has resigned from service. What happened?
Now you have to sell. Listen, I don't want to run you down. I don't want to insult you. But you are a gadha economy. You are a gadha economy. You have to sell donkeys to China to support your economy. You understand that? You are a gadha economy. You are selling donkeys to China to sustain your economy. You're going to the IMF right now for a loan. Do you think the IMF will give you a loan if you're taking on India in battle? You choose. You live on loans. You are an EMI country. You are an EMI country. You can't even pay your EMIs, damn it.
Now sell yourselves to China. Your stock of donkeys are over. Now sell yourselves to China.
So I'm in Dollar General, or Dollar Tree rather. The shelves are bare. You think that these tariffs and the stuff that we get from China is not coming because the shelves are bare. I have never seen it this empty. This is crazy. It's almost like pandemic level. There's nothing in here.
So there's no need to panic, but get your butt to the grocery store. This was yesterday at Kroger's here in Georgia. I thought they said it was 4 to 6 weeks that we had, but from the looks of the stores here, it is getting very bare on many of the shelves. So if you have
Israel has announced plans to dramatically alter the map of Gaza through forced depopulation. In the 6 weeks since Israel resumed active warfare, forces have declared 70% of Gaza as military red or under evacuation. Sources told The National they are planning to intensify military action and severely restrict humanitarian aid in order to force Palestinians into a small zone in the south, or to leave the territory in order to survive. Of Gaza's 2.3 million residents, Israeli leaders expect 500 to 900,000 Palestinians to remain in the so-called safe zone, which will be drawn over an area of 50 to 70 square kilometers near the border with Egypt. The overall territory of Gaza has shrunk to almost half since the end of the ceasefire. A source told The National it will be very similar to a new Nakba.
Are you guys renovating Alcatraz right now?
Yes.
For Donald Trump?
Dude, I'm not doing any interviews.
Yes, so right now there are construction crews renovating Alcatraz. We don't know if that's because of Donald Trump or if that's just some renovations they are doing here. But they are revamping some parts of Alcatraz. How much do you think it would cost for them to renovate Alcatraz?
Billions.
Billions of dollars.
None of the pipes are working. They're all rusted out, corroded. The concrete is 110 years old and hasn't had any maintenance on it. There are places where you could stick your hand through the wall. They have to do an entire renovation of everything.
So you don't think it's possible for them to? You don't think it's possible
Everything's
for them to
possible
reopen
if you have
Alcatraz?
if you have an infinite amount of money, you can do anything you want. But as it stands today, this is not a usable prison. It's a historic site.
And how long do you think it would take them to renovate Alcatraz?
That's like saying that there's no answer. It would take forever.
He made you give him neck because you couldn't give him any money?
Bruh, New York is not a real place, bro.
Don't scroll. I'm gonna need y'all opinion at the end of this video. It's crazy. So 34-year-old Muhammad is arrested after it was stated he was begging for money on the train. The guy, which was a 27-year-old, did not have any money for him. They stated he got upset, walked up to the 27-year-old, and grabbed his head, and you could already know what he made bruh do. After giving Muhammad, you feel me? He called the police, and the police arrested him. But people on social media are like, as a 27-year-old grown man, an able-bodied man, because they're claiming there's nothing wrong with this man as far as I read. He's not, there's nothing wrong with him mentally, physically, or whatever. A fully able-bodied 27-year-old. How in the world did this transpire? While other people are saying that this is pure victim blaming, that it doesn't matter if the man is 34 and the guy is 27. Not everybody has the mental willpower or pride to fight back against somebody that's trying to do something to them. What do you guys think about this? Personally, it couldn't go down like that for me, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
Tonight, the world calls him Pope Leo XIV. To his friends, he's Bob. The multilingual 69-year-old told an Italian interviewer earlier this month
Uniti at Chicago
that he grew up in a very Catholic family in Chicago. At Villanova University near Philadelphia, today bells rang out to celebrate one of their own. The new pope earned a bachelor's degree in mathematics in 1977. Villanova is one of only 2 Augustinian Catholic institutions of higher education in the U.S. The Augustinians here in Rome, enormously proud. Did you ever think your friend would become pope?
No, it's still incredible. I was crying in the piazza, just overwhelmed with joy about my friend's the Pope.
Father Joseph Farrell has known Pope Leo since the 1980s. He says the new Pope plays tennis every week and is a speedy texter. I asked him to text the Pope and ask if he's a Chicago Cubs or White Sox fan. The Pope texted back, Sox.
The one you...
Washington pulling AR-15 on the highway patrol.
The driver pulled over for speeding pointed a rifle at a highway patrol officer yesterday. CHP says it happened just north of Reading on I-5. An officer stopped a vehicle on the Mountain Gate off-ramp. The driver, they say, got out of the car, pointed the AR-style assault rifle toward the officer. Officials say the suspect re-entered his vehicle and then they started pursuit. Vehicle continued southbound, driving at varying speeds before exiting the freeway at Oasis, continuing for about 2 miles west before stopping near Vigil Court. The suspect, taken into custody, booked into Shasta County Jail.
Nah, some of these moms is getting out of hand. 1 corn dog a day is crazy. Don't scroll. Tell me what should happen to this mom at the end of this story. So, Miss Gonzalez was arrested for having illegal grass, we could say. After she was arrested, her mom went to her home to watch her kids. She has 8 of them, by the way. Well, the grandma found that 2 kids were missing, one of them being locked in a closet being fed 1 corn dog a day with water. You see, Miss Gonzalez was mad at her daughter for some random reason and decided to barricade her in a closet and only feed her 1 hot dog a day. Oh, but wait until you find out what happened to the other kid. But this kid that they found weighed only 29 pounds and was malnourished. Well, it seems like the other child is missing since 2017 and nobody thought to report this to the police. Her family said they've been asking for years where the child is or what happened to the child. She just keeps giving them the runaround. Police have created this AI-aged photo of what the child might look like because the child was 2 years old when they went missing. You have some asking where are the fathers and why have they not been checking on their kids while she does all this alone. While you have others fearful about where the last child is and stating that the mom should get the fullest extent of the law. What do you guys think about this whole situation? Tap in for more. Nah, some of these moms is getting out of hand. 1 corn dog a day is...
A presidential hopeful sets the EU flag on fire on camera. Zygos Brown is making headlines, sending a scorching message to Brussels. And he's not done yet. The stunt took place outside the historic Bujek coal mine in Katowice, a symbolic backdrop for Braun's war cry against what he calls bureaucratic tyranny.
This is the emblem of the occupier. This is the emblem of the invader, the plunderer. Such colors represent their actions of the collaborators of Volksdeutsche Judenrat and not the authorities of the independent republic, standing on the guard of the sovereignty, freedom of the Polish nation. Flanked by allies from the Nationalist Confederation Party, Ron warned of an ideological occupation, accusing the European Union of imposing green mandates designed to cripple Polish industry and rewrite its national identity.
Y'all remember when Prince warned us about Purple Rain and we all thought it was just a classic song? Well, check this out. This man walks outside after a rainstorm in Denver, Colorado, and boom, he finds purple water on top of his jacuzzi.
This is the water that's on top of my hot tub.
So that's the water that's accumulated on top of his hot tub. He goes over to the bucket and he shows y'all. You can see it's like a little lilac color, but when he tips it over, you can clearly see it's like this purple lavender color. So how did Prince know? How did Prince know? This is exactly what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So let me ask you a question. Do you think Prince was tapping into something deeper, for making a song like that? Because no one else has made it, right? Right? Or is our life, do you believe our life is scripted like the Truman Show? Because Purple Rain, look at this, y'all. So is it possible Prince knew a little bit more than he let on? You know what I'm saying? If you listen to his music, man, a lot of these music, man, they literally be telling you what's going on.